Hello, everybody, and welcome to
Matt Damon.
the Moby podcast. I bring you everything Moby, and more Moby. So,
did you know that the Moby song "Extreme Ways" plays at the end of all of the Bourne movies?
I didn't, Ken. Did you know that Marshall Erickson met Moby at a party?
I thought it was not Moby.
No, it was Moby. It was totally Moby. He got something. He got something signed by Moby. It was not Moby. I think he got. I forgot what he got signed.
It
He
was
got
a
something.
shirt.
It was back of a shirt. That was
Yeah.
it. Yeah, signed by
Not Moby.
Not Moby.
Not Moby's party. It's party number 4.
Hey, there's Moby at this party. Moby pulled out a gun.
Get out of there! Run, Marshall! Run!
I bet your mother humor.
I don't know. Nope, I don't know anything.
But I'm Elijah, Moby fan for one song.
This makes me not want to watch News of the World.
I own that. I haven't watched
The movie is summer blockbuster number 2.
You didn't even introduce yourself, which didn't even allow me to introduce myself.
I'm
But I
Ken,
should
hello.
introduce
We're all lost!
Don't be fucking rude, Ken.
I'm Ken. Hello.
We're all doomed.
Hello, everybody. I'm Tyler.
Tyler took notes.
I had to. You told me I had to do it, or else.
There's
10
rules.
talking points.
Mm-hmm.
You brought us 3.
I brought you 3.
Which was very Tyler or Lewis or...
Oh God! What have I done to the puzzle?
Oh God.
Not again.
Not again. Oh well.
I've destroyed it.
We bring you the second in our movie month extravaganza from 2004. Thank you, listeners, for picking this. Number 8.
I appreciate you, listeners. Thank you.
Number 8 was Bourne Supremacy, making $176 million. And what else do I have?
Number 8 for the year.
Yeah, number 8 for the year. Worldwide made $290 million. Yep, that's what I got from the local box office mojo. Directed by Paul Greengrass, who directed such hits as The Bourne Ultimatum, Jason Bourne, Captain Phillips, Green Zone, United 93, and News of the World here recently was his most big was his newest release. Tom Hanks and Matt Damon fan currently, because a lot of his movies apparently have Matt Damon.
Is Matt Damon in News of the World?
No,
Captain Phillips.
Tom Hanks is in Captain Phillips and News of the World.
And
Green Zone and Bourne movies.
And the Bourne movies. And who's in? Is he?
No one's in United 93. That was that was the 9/11
That was the
flight account.
That was the This was the 9/11 movie that nobody watched.
Yeah. It is. It's a got a cult following though. Apparently.
It's probably the better of the 2 9/11
films.
movies that came out right on top of each other.
Yeah. Because they were declaring this was the more realistic one, whereas the one with World Trade Center with Nicolas Cage. Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
I didn't see
Yeah,
either.
I've never seen it.
I watched most of it when I was supposed to be cleaning and checking on theaters.
Way to make our jobs look important, Tyler. Way to make my job good. But Bourne Supremacy, Ken, plot synopsis, cast list, and go.
Bourne Supremacy. When Jason Bourne is framed for a
No one can talk today.
Let me start over.
All right. Ken, plot synopsis, cast list, and go.
Take 2. When Jason Bourne is framed for a CIA operation gone awry, he is forced to resume his former life as a trained assassin to survive.
Bum bum bum. I don't think that's true.
I disagree. Or I should say, it's not that I disagree, but I
feel that, I don't know. Somebody made a loud noise.
Oh, it was me.
It was Ken.
It was me. I'm sorry. Put it back in my pocket. That's where it usually lives.
But way to go, Ken. Goodbye, Ken.
Because he doesn't really assassinate in this movie.
He pretty much is just trying to clear his name.
Yeah,
His girlfriend from the first one that, spoilers, dies.
Speaking of,
Good news.
Matt Damon plays Jason Bourne. Yes.
I fixed a puzzle.
Good news. Good news, everyone!
Congratulations.
I felt terrible about what I did.
I definitely would have lost sleep over that if you hadn't told me, considering I was distraught over it happening 5 seconds ago and
I
totally
can tell.
forgot
I
about
wanted to make sure you knew it was fixed and that you can now sleep.
it. Matt Damon plays Jason Bourne.
Really?
Franca Potente. I think that's how you pronounce that. That's how I'm going to pronounce that. I don't actually know how to pronounce it.
Franca Potente?
Yeah.
Good old Franca Potente.
She's number 2 banana on the IMDb list. Plays Marie.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Cox plays Ward Abbott, whose name I never did catch this whole movie. Julia
Half those
Stiles.
people you don't catch.
Julia Stiles plays Nikki. Carl Urban plays Kirill.
I love Carl Urban.
Carl Urban is great. He's not so great in this movie, but
Because he's not in it. No.
Carl Urban is great most of the time. Gabriel Mann plays Danny Zorn. Joan Allen plays Pamela Landy, and I'm going to stop there.
Michelle Monaghan plays Kim.
Yeah, Michelle Monaghan plays Kim, and
That's all I want to
there's
put out
another.
there.
There's a guy that plays the guy, but I don't see his picture.
He's on Chris Cooper plays the. He's in the first one. Yeah, but this isn't archived from the first one. He's just uncredited in this one.
Yeah, it doesn't. Because
I don't know who you were talking about.
Picture in his voice. No, the Russian guy, the Russian string puller guy.
Oh, that guy that you never really know who his name is.
Yes,
he's that guy.
Yes,
he's
that guy.
Russian, so he's the bad guy in this movie.
Yeah, he always plays European villain type dude.
Bartrock the Leaper. That's what it
He
is.
is in.
Batroc
He's the Nazi in Bulletproof
Leaper.
Monk.
Okay.
Batroc the Leaper. That's what he is.
Like he leaps and bounds?
Leap?
That's what he does?
That's what he's a bad guy in Captain America books. He leaps and kicks people.
Oh my.
He's in one Captain America movie and in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Leap?
Leap? It's his catchphrase in the Marvel cartoon series.
in the Superhero Squad cartoon show.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's really funny. And like that show is like so delightfully tongue in cheek. It's not even funny.
He jumps around and just goes, Leap?
Cheese called Joe. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Brilliant.
If you ever watch it, I own all the series on DVD. It's buried over there.
It's also on Disney Plus.
He doesn't own that.
Nobody owns Disney. I mean, Disney owns Disney Plus, but
He doesn't have that service.
I don't subscribe.
He didn't like it. He didn't subscribe it.
that's fine.
He just mooches like a dirty little moocher.
I didn't mooch anything off of Disney.
Speaking of Disney,
Uh-huh.
I made lots of comparisons between Jason Bourne and the Winter Soldier. Minus superpowers.
Oh, did anybody other than me rewatch the first one before watching this one?
No.
No.
I did.
I did not have time for that.
It was.
We barely had time for this one.
It was sometime Saturday, Friday, Sunday night, I think. Saturday, I forget. It was sometime over the weekend, and Lauren and I were hanging out and wanting something to watch, and we had time to watch a movie.
Did this tie nicely in? Did it help to watch the first one?
No, because the first one is a vastly superior movie to this one.
Oh, spoilers.
Yes, spoilers.
The only knowledge you needed from the first one was that Jason Bourne lost his memory and that he killed the bad guys in the first movie and told them to leave him alone.
Yeah, they do a pretty good job of giving you like the ultra minimal information that you need from that movie to understand it for this movie.
There's Treadstone. That's the place that got him.
Yeah, Treadstone's the program that
Julia Stiles was from
brainwashed
Paris
him.
in the movie.
Right, and because he was stationed in Paris.
She is the second consistent thing in the Jason Bourne series besides Moby. Julia Stiles is in every single Jason Bourne movie. The only one she's not in is Bourne Legacy. Moby is the only thing in all five Jason Bourne, all five Bourne movies. Some of the other casts successfully do about 2 movies each. Like Joanne Allen does 2.
Yeah, Joan Allen is in
Brian
2.
Cox does 2.
Yep.
Chris Cooper does 2, quote unquote.
Yep. Gabriel Mann does 2.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, a lot of these are the first 2.
Frankie Puente.
Yeah. Franco Potente, she does 2 also.
Did you see any of the Jason Bourne? What was your first Jason Bourne in theaters, everybody?
None of them.
In theaters.
Yeah. You saw none of them in theaters?
Correct.
You worked one of them.
Doesn't mean I watched it.
Probably this one. I don't think I saw the first one in theaters, but I definitely saw the second one in theaters.
I saw Ultimatum first. Ultimatum in theaters. I got very nauseous in it, and
oh yeah, I remember that. I think I was sitting next to you as we were watching that together.
No, it was with Melissa. I was sitting in the front.
Well then, interesting. Okay.
That was that was something else.
Huh. Maybe that was the last one, the Jason
Bourne.
That might have
Jason Bourne.
It might have been Jason Bourne.
Hello, I'm Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne.
Because it's the only one without a clever name.
But this movie came out in the summer of 2004, as we are doing. Mm-hmm. Also happening the summer of 2004. It's the summer I spent in New Hampshire. So, at the tail end of the summer, this movie came out. Mm-hmm. And a couple of the guys went and saw it and raved about it. Said it was the best movie they'd ever seen. Bloody, bloody, bleedy, bleedy. So, shortly after we got back, my mom and I went to see this together. Mm-hmm. I was disappointed.
Kenn was disappointed.
I remember not liking this movie in theaters.
I have never found why people really like the Jason Bourne movies. I don't get it.
I can tell you when we get to it.
I know, but we have to. We're diving into Jason Bourne because we're starting right smack dab freaking in the middle of Jason Bourne history. So I'm just digging into Bourne history.
The first one is quite good.
It's okay. Ironically, I think I like this one more than the first one.
Okay,
but
we can discuss that. Yeah. I can passionately. I shouldn't say passionately defend, but I can.
He's going to passionately attack me.
I can defend.
Whoa, that sounds sexual.
The first one,
but
I've only seen. I think this is the second time I've seen this one.
I've seen each of them maybe once.
Yeah, I was going to say I think I've only seen the other ones once because the first one is quite good. The rest of them are pretty ho-hum.
Oh no, I've seen Bourne Legacy twice. No, and Jason Bourne twice because I was at the drive-ins.
Oh,
Jason Bourne twice.
Bourne.
So,
I've come with
Bourne. Is that
3, not 10?
Is that the hammer, the Thor axe that nobody talks about?
Yeah,
Bourne.
It's like Bourne.
It's like yarn.
It's the one it's the one where the top just falls off when you bring it back. It's like, man, this useless piece of junk.
Comic book joke, everyone. Comic book joke. Get on the bus.
Come to me, Bourne.
Get on the bus or don't. This is the sort of crap that Elijah and I used to do all the flipping time.
I don't get it.
It's fine. You don't need to get it.
It's nothing.
Never mind. The Jason Aaron run on Thor. He creates this. I think he created. I don't know if it predated that or not. But at some point in Thor comic book history,
Jason Aaron's run on Thor comic books.
It is quite good. Like I said, I don't know for sure that Jason Aaron created Yarn Bjarn, but it's this. But if he didn't, it doesn't matter. He brought it to prominence, at least in recent memory.
Is it a hammer made of yarn?
No, it's an axe. And it's capable of killing a celestial because he.
It's part of that.
I forget what he did.
That's why that has an axe on it.
What is that?
My Thor hammer.
Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker.
There you go. Now people
Marvel Cinematic Universe Stormbreaker is half half. Not really Stormbreaker, but
it's half.
It's a little bit Mjolnir. It's a little bit Yarn Bjarn. It's a little bit Mjolnir. It's a little bit actual the actual comic book Stormbreaker. But
But to be technical, that's not Stormbreaker.
That's true. That's not Stormbreaker.
It's not Stormbreaker.
It's not Stormbreaker. But yeah, so it's called Yarn Bjarn, and that's what we were. And it's the weapon that Thor used, the young Thor used before he got Mjolnir. And Loki tricked him into doing something terrible with it. And then when Thor became unworthy of Mjolnir, he started carrying Jarnbjorn again.
Yeah, because it didn't require him.
Because it doesn't require him to be worthy of it. And so it was just play on words.
Got it.
That Jarnbjorn sounds like.
Ah.
That's Jarnbjorn's ex.
It's Yarnbarn's ass.
Jarnbjorn's axe. That's what unworthy Thor carries well. Jane Foster has the
hammer.
Mm.
That's why there could be two Thors. But
Thor and Thor.
So I've brought 3 separate talking points.
Only 3.
Okay.
Only 10. So I'd like to talk first about the chase scenes because I like the chase scenes.
There's 2 of them. Go on.
No.
Or all of us on foot.
Enumerate,
just
please.
not in the cars.
Okay.
So anytime he's running away from somebody,
So Lord of the Rings.
I considered it a chase scene.
Okay.
I very much enjoyed watching him try to get away from people and the people that failed utterly to track him down. Multiple times the police would try to catch them and could not figure out, oh, he's on the train. Ooh, he's gone down this dark alleyway. I'm chasing after a bad guy. Where would bad guy go? Not out into the main street, probably down this dark alleyway. Down into the subway, maybe. Not.
He jumped on a boat.
Not. Yeah. Or, hey, he jumped on that boat. Oh, he's gone. Where could he have gone?
One of the few times he gets hurt jumping onto that boat.
See, I thought that was one of the more clever bits of this movie was he
stays
runs
hurt.
across, he jumps on the boat, and then he rides the boat for a very short period of time under the bridge that he just crossed.
Grabs the hook thing.
Yeah, and then climbs up on the bridge to get on the train that he was just on. I thought it was really smart. I thought that was really cool. It was a really neat sequence. I wish it had been composed better, but
him running around is neat. I do like him tricking people, but for an hour and a half.
Yes. So, that was the one thing is I'm like, okay, we know he's not the bad guy. You've probably figured out pretty quick who the bad guy is.
They gave that away in the beginning.
Because
if they hadn't showed me a car with Carl Urban and the bad guy, I would have been like, did Jason Bourne do it? And he just doesn't remember? Because they hint towards that throughout most of this movie, because they're like, I was never in Berlin, but he flashes to scenes in Berlin.
Yeah, well, the implication. Well, and he's having a nightmare of that.
Yeah.
At the very beginning of the movie, he wakes up in a cold sweat in India, having a nightmare of this mission that he did in Berlin that he didn't remember.
But I think a cleverer thing would have been to not tell us who killed those other people.
Yeah, and
then we follow him until we finally get more pieces, and then we're like, oh, it was this other thing. Of course we know Jason Bourne didn't do it.
Right, because we watched the guys planting the bomb and then putting the fake finger thumbprint on the bomb that doesn't blow up.
But then to physically get in the car, he pulls the mask off. It's Carl Urban and a Russian dude, and then just all right, we did it. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's my one big plot fall in this movie. Is that I didn't like that we gave that away because we could have used that. But
yeah, see, I was not thinking of ways to improve. I was my ways of improving this movie had more to do with the craft of this movie than the writing. And part of that's because I enjoy the ride in these movies. I don't necessarily want to deconstruct them.
But that's what we get paid for here. But then that would have also made Carl Urban showing up and shooting at them and his attack on the CIA reasonable, because he thinks that they're doing it and they think he's doing it. So that would have been that.
And at that point, you present Carl Urban as a Russian agent, not as a Russian Jason Bourne, not as a Russian hitman assassin, super special agent killer type guy.
Yes.
But yeah, I really did like how he knows when there was like a no, what was it? Not a riot. What's the word I'm saying? Protest.
It was a protest.
Protest. Yeah. When there was a protest, and he takes that full advantage of it, and he's like, the snipers can't get me, the cameras can't find out where I am easily, and then just like grabs Julia Stiles, and then in like one of the darker moments of this Jason Bourne movie, throws her on the floor. It's like about to shoot her in the head. And you're like, oh man, is Jason Bourne gonna pop her in the head?
Lord, I thought it's like, he's not gonna do it, but
yeah, it came close.
It's just getting real fast.
I was like, he got real. I don't know why she helps her out, and then he helps her out in the next movie.
I forget. I feel
like that might have been explained, but
it probably does.
On my Bourne list of things, Ultimatum is the least favorite of the Bourne movies.
So, can I get a question?
Uh-huh.
How do you feel about an indestructible taxi?
Oh, yeah, hang on.
Taxi
Hang on.
Is stupendous.
Hang on. I have finally a car chase. But like everything else in this movie, it's totally undermined by quick cuts that do nothing but make things unclear and confusing. Okay, that taxi's officially toast. There's no way that thing still has 4 intact tires that are soundly linked to suspension and drivetrain.
It's a damn good taxi.
That taxi.
It's like
much abuse.
It's a Russian tank taxi. Like
it was built to survive. It's supposed to be built to survive like nuclear war.
I mean, because how many? Like he gets hit at least 3 times.
It's got to be at least 3 times.
At least
and each
3
time
times.
It hits that taxi cab and it spins out of control.
Right, and
he's going back straight again.
At least 2 of them, he is hit so hard that he is put into a skid.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say the first hit comes from the side of the car,
from the cop car,
and I was like, oh, the taxi's done, so we have to get another car. Nope, taxi keeps going.
and then Carl Urban hits him with the Range Rover.
Yeah.
Spins him around.
But I feel like there was another car hitting them like in between or something. He hit walls and stuff.
There was jostling throughout. Yeah.
In the tunnel, he's
dragged against the side, isn't he?
Into another car, into the taxi. I don't know what happened to the middle car at one point because everything's shaking around. It became very unclear. All of a sudden,
what?
I know, right?
Shaky cam. In a Bourne movie?
Get out of town. My dislike shaky camera.
That's that entire fight sequence with the other guy.
We'll get into it.
The car gets smashed up against the side, and you're like, okay, it's definitely Pancake.
It's done.
And then you're like, that car's done. I'm like, you were about the size of my Prius, and you're still surviving.
And then somehow manages to turn the Mercedes SUV sideways, and he's now driving sideways into this SUV. I'm like, well, yeah, no, this doesn't work like this. This taxi is already on its last leg.
Yeah.
There's no way it's pushing this vehicle into the wall that's going to...
Yeah.
And at which point I'm like, that's a dead stop. There's no airbags in this taxi. They'd have gone off by now. His head has hit that steering wheel. He's got either concussion, whiplash, broken neck, maybe some
if he was strapped in, if he had a seatbelt buckled, we don't know exactly how fast he was going. I guess he was going fast enough that
the Mercedes made a 45-degree angle.
I was about to say the Mercedes bent.
Which was
not... It was a Mercedes, wasn't it? It wasn't a Range Rover.
Which was definitely done CGI style, because car hits and instantly bends. You don't actually see the crash.
Well, you got to know the car. You got to know Carl Urban's dead.
You see the car hit, and it's not like you see accident unfold in front of you. Just hit, stop, Man.
Well,
And then Jason Bourne gets out of the car and walks. And I'm like,
not walking away.
Well-
You're not walking away. You've already won.
wait.
Smashed
You
up
mean
your leg.
you mean
Shot yourself.
there was something that you would have liked to have seen that you didn't get to see because it cut away? No, that would never happen in this movie.
Jason Bourne movies, how could you? They have extreme ways, and they're back again.
Oh no.
Extreme places I didn't know. They broke everything new again.
We'll save my last like for a little bit later here. But we touched on the dislike of the shaky camera. As I was watching this movie, I'm like, oh yeah, this is like the whole start of the crazy shaky camera phase for action movies for a little bit, where it was like, my action movie must shake violently.
It's the Bourne movies at Cloverfield. They did everything to me.
People hated it. Nobody likes it.
Well, and TV still does it. You still see it in TV.
TV's a little cheaper, so I'm like,
right.
okay.
Well, see, and like I said, you see it in TV, and you see it in movies too, when they're not confident in fight choreography, or
the guy's old.
Right, like
they do that a lot, and then like in Bourne Ultimatum, they definitely shake that camera up so you can't tell that it's not Matt Damon. They're like, Matt Damon's getting a little bit plump and a little older.
Shake it violently.
That's what made me sick in the Ultimatum was the fight sequence between him and another guy. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. But all I know is I'm feeling violently
he's
ill.
beaten up. He's like, because he gets in that fist fight in the apartment with the last of the other Treadstone guys. Yeah, and
he knew that guy.
And it was unfortunate that because it seemed like Jason didn't necessarily go to kill that guy.
No.
So it was kind of awful that he ended up having to kill the guy. I don't know that he had to kill the guy, but he ended up killing the guy.
He killed the guy because he ratted him out. Snitches get stitches.
No, he killed him because he then attacked him.
Well, that too.
I feel like if they had just escaped out the back, like he had mentioned. Like if we go out back and then there's a car, I'll let you leave. But
no, I think he was going to shoot him before that.
No.
But
magazine versus knife is what I have written for that sequence.
Like that fight sequence, like that was where I
shake him, bad fight.
No, not the first, not the first time, but it's just like it's awful. Like the craft of this movie is not great, I think. I shouldn't say that. There are parts of this movie where there's like the shaky cam fight sequence where you can't. I think maybe what they're trying to do is it's purposefully done to disorient the audience, but it's awful.
No, it is not my cup of tea.
Disorient me with boobies.
There are
works.
Other ways. There are other different ways to make things confusing, to show that and the other.
I'll lose attention to whatever I'm watching.
Jason Bourne just whips out. He's like, oh!
Damn, I got a fresh pair!
He's like, he's not disoriented!
Oh, Jason Bourne's got titties.
Oh.
What was I watching?
Oh no! It stabs him in the neck.
I don't know where I'm at. Oh, hey, kill that guy with a newspaper.
Whack, whack, whack. My favorite's every time he slapped him with that newspaper and you heard it. Whack! I'm like, whoa. Like, that's a thick newspaper. Not newspaper, magazine. But yeah, it's definitely disorienting.
Yeah, they're
no,
like anytime there's action or building suspense in this movie, it's quick cuts and shaky cam. Well, not a lot of shaky cam, but
I'm okay with
a lot of quick cuts. I don't mind. I shouldn't say I don't mind quick cuts. There are times when quick cuts can be useful and good and worth doing if you're bouncing back and forth between a bunch of different perspectives, or if you're trying to disorient me. Okay, fine. But in a movie like this, either try and disorient me better or do a better job of showing me what the bleep is going on. This fails on both. Like,
Yes.
if you're gonna do a bunch of quick cuts in a movie like this, either show me what's going on, or do it in such a way that I know you're trying to disorient me. I know you're trying to keep me on my toes. I know you're trying to hide things from me, which I don't in this movie.
Until Matt Damon whips his titties out. That's how I know when he's doing that. Apparently. But
I'm gonna have to go back and watch all of them again for Matt Damon titties.
the Matt Damon guns show up a lot. That's what I gotta say.
I'm gonna circle back around to my last
Your last note of your furry.
There's some more here.
Oh.
Whoa!
These are my other talking points inside of my talking points.
Okay.
So as I watched this movie, and I stated before, I like Jason Bourne movies. So
You said he's an American treasure, right? He's a GDAT?
he is.
Him and Van Damme.
Van Damme is not American.
I wrote these down, and I felt that as I wrote them, I'm like, we could either talk about these, or you could be like, Tyler, you have a problem.
Tyler, you have a problem.
Let's be wary. I have a problem.
Continue.
Jason Bourne is Aquaman. He can breathe underwater.
He can breathe underwater. He's shockingly good at holding his breath.
He's a secret agent. They get
that
training
truck
for all
off that bridge. Also, he drives really quick.
Well, yeah.
Because he was under the water for a very long time. Long enough that he gave her, or tried to give her, his breath 3 times. I counted. I'm like, where's he getting air from? He's Aquaman.
Her.
Not getting it from her. She's expelled it all.
He stole it from her.
It's all been expelled. Bullet hit her back of her head, and she went, and there was no more coming back
There's
in.
still some air in her lungs. You can take it. Use her as like a mask. You
It's not like a
you just cover
half-deflated-
the hole in the back of the head.
It's not like a half deflated. What the fuck?
Because that's how physiology works, everyone.
It's not a half deflated balloon.
You sure? She floats away like one.
The other thing I wrote here is when he was in Paris.
This is the second movie where someone dies in a car underwater. Not really.
That's true, yeah.
She did not die underwater.
She didn't die.
She died above water instantly.
She got shot in the head
She
in
went-
the water.
And she didn't move after that. She was done.
And then she said, thank God I'm out of the Bourne movies.
Thank God. But when they were in Paris, and they've captured him because he's like, I need to be caught because I need to find things out. This is how I'm going to do this. I put Jason Bourne as a ninja. He took that guy's gun and beat his ass.
He knocked
The
the TSA.
when they
Yeah.
they get the consulate officer.
Yes.
Okay.
He beat his ass and the other random dude that was standing there just minding his own business. He was just there for a normal day of work.
Well, yeah, he was the security guard. He was just doing his job.
He was just doing his job and got his ass kicked. Poor guy.
Got kicked in the head. I'm like,
Well, he does that a lot in the. Well, yeah, in this movie too. But in the first one, he like these police. He sleeps in the park because he gets found out at sea. He spends 2 more weeks with the fishermen out at sea. He comes back to whatever European city he's in, and he sleeps. He spends the night in the park because he doesn't have any money. He doesn't have anywhere to go. He doesn't have any friends. He doesn't know who he is. He's just. Meh. And the cops come and say, "Hey, dude, you can't be here."
oh, it's the first one.
Yeah, this is the first one.
I was like, I missed all this.
Oh yeah, he'd be so.
Yeah, and then these 2 cops, they're just doing their job. They're like, dude, you're a vagrant. Like, you can't be in the park overnight. Like, you're not allowed. It's not okay. We don't want this. And you know, the implication is that his programming takes over and he beats these guys up, but they're just doing their job. They're just, you know,
They're just there doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, they're just doing their job, just punching the clock, feeding
Poor
the
guys.
wife and kids. You know, that's what they're doing.
Kicking the dog.
Kicking the dog. Kicking the dog.
Also, on top of being Aquaman, Jason Bourne is Drax. He's so
Destroyer?
stealthy.
Destroyer.
Yeah.
He's
So
invisible.
stealthy, even the house alarm could not detect him.
He's invisible.
The house alarm.
I don't think that was a house alarm. I think that was. I think you were supposed to think it's a house alarm.
Well, I thought it was a house alarm.
I think he typed it in, and then just said that because he looks at it when they said I sent a message, and that's what he looks at.
Oh yeah,
I missed
was
that
his.
Because quick cuts.
Yeah, no, that was his. That was the. And it's unclear what was going on there until after. But yeah, that was the. He was sending a 911 message to his handlers. That's what he was doing. He was like, "I thought you came here to kill me." Like bloop 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 bloop.
Oh, well then.
Yeah, that's.
Then.
But yeah, it looks like an
it
alarm
looks like
panel.
It looks like a house alarm.
It seems like it should be an alarm panel, but it's not an alarm panel. It's,
I feel like my notes should still stand.
It's they're coming for me. Panel.
Just for the Drax explanation, I accept.
This is one of my more favorite moments. Jason Bourne is so awesome. He beat a guy up with a magazine and then used it to blow up his house.
How did the house blow up?
Gas. He opened the gas.
He opened the gas line.
I missed that.
Lit the magazine on fire, and eventually the gas.
I was about to say he stuck the magazine in the toaster.
Yeah.
But there again, you see him like rip the gas main out.
Okay, I missed that one.
And it makes a gas main sound, and then he puts the magazine in the toaster. It's like, oh, that'll work.
That'll do
it. It's like a fuse.
My next moment is nobody can catch Jason Bourne. He's too crafty.
He is. He went into that supermarket like a champ and knew what he was looking for, and then walked out there, grabbed the cop's gun, and then walked out the door. He knew what he wanted,
and he was gonna have it.
And he was gonna have it. Any means necessary. I liked how he spit the vodka in the guy's face also.
That was nice. Which brings me to my next point. Even his stolen taxi is indestructible.
Well, of course it is. He instantly powered that taxi with indestructible vibes.
As soon as Jason Bourne touched that taxi, it became part of him.
That taxi is the plot hole of this movie.
Became unstoppable.
A taxi should just not exist. He should take that taxi and just be like, I want this car fixed because
it needs to go into the American Museum.
It survived everything. Can you repair this? What engine does this thing have?
Jason Bourne is the engine.
It's like a Fast and the Furious car at that point.
The Rock is the engine.
Are you taking out a helicopter with a car? We're going into space next, guys. Come on, Fast and Furious 9. We're going to space.
Is that really a thing?
Yes.
So they say.
You can watch the Ludacris and
they're going to Mars.
Tyrese Gibson. They fly up in a space car. Not even kidding you.
Is it a Tesla? Is Elon Musk in this?
No, but I could show you the trailer after.
I wouldn't be surprised if a Tesla shows up in this movie.
Tesla, beep beep. I want one of those Google self-driving cars to show up, and then Vin Diesel just kicks out the computer and then just drives it. Because he's Vin Diesel, and that's what he can do.
I drive car now.
I drive car now.
No computer, only diesel.
So thing that I didn't know about Carl Urban, he was in Xena Warrior Princess and Hercules the Legendary Journey.
Xena
you didn't know
was
that?
As Julius Caesar. No, I haven't watched those shows since they were on TV in the 90s.
Oh.
They are not something I have gone back to.
I loved Xena.
I loved watching Xena.
Yeah, it was probably the same reason Tyler's shaking his head.
That's great. I'm glad you loved watching Xena.
I did. For the same reason I watched the Matt Damon thing.
I probably loved watching Xena too. That doesn't mean I'm going to go back 25 years later and watch it.
Oh, I didn't go back.
I would do it.
I didn't go back.
I would do it.
I just remembered Carl Urban as a guy in it.
Nope.
Just like Bruce Campbell's in it too.
I remember Bruce Campbell, but I didn't remember Carl Urban.
Yep, that was what we did at night. Me, my dad, my brother, we sat down to watch Xena.
Well, that's Hercules.
Awkward. We loved the show. All of us for one main reason.
Yep, yet again, I'm going to continue with the awkward stance. But this movie is definitely a number 2 movie, though. Like it definitely feels like it has more to tell.
It does, like
the ending of it just seems like okay.
The ending's like what else are we? What's next? Like it definitely leaves you feeling like they're not going to leave him alone. There's going to be another movie.
What was the time difference
What?
between
The
Bourne
runtime?
Supremacy and Ultimatum? Like
2
years.
years.
Or if it was it 2 years?
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, they say that. It's like, yeah, you've been off the grid for 2 years. Or
No.
something.
I mean,
production time?
production time, like between
I think
Supremacy and Ultimatum.
I think it's 2 years. I think it's 2002, 2004.
No, not Identity and Ultimatum's the last one.
Between Identity and Supremacy?
No, between Supremacy and Ultimatum.
Hang on.
I also have a game we can play.
Ooh, I like games after this. After I find out the
If
time
you guys don't have anything else really to add to my minimal notes.
No, we talked about it for a while. We've discussed our thoughts and feelings on Bourne.
Okay, we'll do
I've said that he looks like the Winter Soldier.
after this we can do the game, and then we can go into robot punches.
Bourne.
Born.
Born.
3 years.
Yes,
Okay.
3 years.
So that's a significant amount of time between these two movies. But still not a lot of time, so. They weren't like shot back to back, but
Yeah.
he had to go film The Departed.
And then he departed from The Departed.
He did
And
depart from
Ocean's
The Departed.
13.
He did depart from The Departed. That's a good movie too. I should pick that one.
Never watched it.
The Departed.
The
Hey, you
Departed.
have? You've watched it with me and Mike.
Don't remember it.
I know. I remember all three of us watching it.
Yeah, I watched that I think I watched that with some friends on there. I didn't know you guys yet. In college. I didn't know you guys yet.
Elijah, we were still in diapers. You're still in... Okay, never mind.
On their tiny ass little TV in their living room in
that's no way to
the
watch
house
The
they all
Departed.
rented. Yeah, it was not. So I've watched The Departed, but I haven't really watched The Departed. Is what I'm trying to get around to say.
That's no way to watch The Departed. I'll rent a theater. We should watch The Departed. What's your game?
It's called Probably Gonna Make Ken Angry game.
Ooh, yay!
Okay.
So, this is a game of Jason Bourne.
Ken's had Dr. Pepper, so he probably won't get angry.
All the there's 3 questions. All the answers are multiple choice.
The answer is Jason Bourne.
They're all correct answers, but I have one specific correct answer I'm looking for.
Okay. So
You can pick any of them, but they're right.
So
but they're not right.
all answers are right. But
Yes.
we want Tyler's right answer.
You have to guess what I would do.
Okay.
Matt Damon's
okay.
boobs.
So this
Matt
is
Damon's boobs.
so this is
Ooh.
Matt Damon's boobs are not on the
so
answer
this
sheet.
is loaded. This is loaded questions. The Tyler version.
They're not great questions, but there's 3 of them. We'll go through this and we can be done
Okay.
with the game.
Get on with the.
All right.
on with it. Let's go.
He's already started being angry. Let's go.
If you had to kill a target as Jason Bourne, would you A, smash a car into them, kill them with a magazine, shoot them with a sniper from a building, or blow up their house?
Magazine.
Ken?
Smash him with a car.
Elijah gets a point. This is how this is gonna go.
All right, that's fine. This is acceptable to me.
If you were trying to contact the person that was trying to hunt you down, would you A, purposely get caught, B, become the hunter, C, call their cell phone, D, all of the above?
D, all of the above. D, all of the above.
Cell phone.
You're both wrong. I'm lazy. It would be A.
The cell phone would be the easiest one, wouldn't it?
No, I just purposely get caught. I don't have to do any work.
No.
I just go stand in front of a camera, wait for someone to go, hey, that's him!
I love 50 people watching screens pointing at them going, hey, it's just Bourne.
Yeah, that's the goat. That's the goat.
That's where I was like, is that Michelle Monaghan? I was like, purple shirted girl, are you? Turn around. I need to see your face. That she did. I went, ha ha! You are Michelle Monaghan.
I thought I was like, she looks familiar, but I couldn't.
You're going to be in 2 spy franchises.
Alright, this is either for a tie or for the win.
Ooh, yay.
If you had to escape from somewhere as Jason Bourne, would you A, scale a building, B, steal a taxi, C, use a subway, or D, steal your dead co-worker's car?
Taxi.
dead co-worker's car.
Elijah wins. He's got 2 points. 2 points to Hufflepuff.
I win again. 2 points to Hufflepuff. I forgot that happened. Dumbledore. But
That was a game.
that was a good game.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I don't care that I lost, and I'm not mad.
I was like, this could either really be fun for Ken, or it would completely infuriate him.
No, this is fine.
Because they're all things that happened in the movie.
This is fine. I
They're
don't
all
care.
things that happened in the movie.
No, what irritated Ken was the amount of time you took to get to the game.
I was supposed to report.
Yeah, I just wanted you to drop the other shoe. It's fine. We're good.
The other shoe's been dropped. It's now been picked up
Yeah, no,
and
we're
put
good.
back on the foot.
Robot punches. Robot punches. Robot punches.
Now he's getting frustrated that we're not moving on the robot punches.
No, it's fine. I'm just trying to keep things moving.
What? We're moving?
Just trying to keep things moving.
Moving right along, we're searching good times and good news with good friends who can't lose.
And we know where we're going.
Movie stars
With
and
flashy cars
and
Something with the top down. We're storming the big town.
Storming, yeah. Shouldn't it be? Should it be snowing?
Storming right. Yeah, should it be snowing?
What?
Moving right along. Footloose and fancy free. Getting there is half the fun. Come share it with me. Moving right along. Hey, LA,
It's from the
where
Muppet
have you
movie.
gone? Send someone to fetch us.
We're in Saskatchewan.
Nope. Nope.
Your disappointment.
It's one of those.
Dementia's getting real bad.
It's one of those non sequitur songs where it's you remember like the first line is this is from verse 1 and the second line is from verse 3 because the different and it's fine. It's a great movie. It's great. You should watch it. The Muppet movie. It's on Disney Plus. I know because I made Lauren watch it.
You made her watch it. It was a big drag. Uh, 2.5 for Bourne Supremacy.
2.5 Robot Punches.
Yeah, I really don't like the Bourne movies. Some of them I still don't get. This is the one that I get. Ultimatum just is just like, I just am like, okay. I finished the movie and I looked at it. I remember looking and going, well, it's over. So I got it up.
Dude, hop on Peacock and watch the first one. You will. If you hate this one, you watch the first one. The first one is
I own the first one
is
on a digital copy because I bought that for.
is
He's got them all.
night and day.
Yep, I got the Bourne collection.
The first one is a vastly superior movie. It is superior in almost every way to this movie.
Alright. If I have free time, I'll watch it.
I'm waiting for that text where he goes, Ken, I hated it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying like if you don't.
We'll put it on another poll where we have to do another sequel.
I could watch another Jason Bourne movie.
Instead of the Homeward Bound 2, I'll put Bourne Identity.
We could add Bourne Identity to Spy Month.
Oh, yeah, we could, but there's the worst. Yeah, that's probably what we'll do. There we go. Problem solved.
Can
See,
we do Spy Month where it's Bourne Identity and John Wick?
John Wick's not.
John Wick's not a spy movie.
I don't care.
If you want to do, I'm waiting for nobody. I'm waiting for nobody to come out so we could do a random awesome assassin movie month where we do Nobody, Atomic Blonde, the last John Wick we haven't done. Oh no, we did all the John Wicks.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we might have.
We did a spoiler cast of 3.
All of them.
We did all John Wick movies.
Aww.
I've disappointed myself again.
Were they going to make another John Wick movie?
They are making another John Wick movie.
I can't wait.
We just have to wait for it.
I don't want to wait. I want it now.
I could go for a John Wick movie every month.
We could do. Although if we've done all the John Wick movies, to get to John Wick, Crazy Badass Force of Nature, man movies. So
Chuck Norris.
Taken.
That was it. That was Taken. That was the other
Jason
one.
Bourne.
Chuck Norris.
Crocodile
Dundee.
John Wick.
There's
and Atomic Blonde could fall in there. I'm sure Equalizer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, any of those types of
But
movies.
yeah, 2.5.
Ken?
All in all, this movie is a pretty pale follow-up to the first one. All the quick cuts, the lonely journey, the unclear motivation. It's not terrible, but I can't really recommend it either. 2 robot punches.
He's not lonely. He's got his girlfriend balloon.
His girlfriend balloon.
Yeah.
Like I said, the first one, and that's something that we didn't touch on because Tyler didn't bring it up. But
yeah, Tyler.
This movie, as compared to the last one, Jason is really, really solitary in this movie. Whereas in the first one, he teams up with Marie very early, and she is then with him for the rest of the movie. And she is, she's a calming influence on him. She sort of keeps him centered and keeps him grounded and keeps him from, like, gives him something to focus on that's not the fact that he can't remember anything and he doesn't know what the flip is going on.
Because they give a person to him, I feel like, in Jason Bourne, and then Jeremy Renner gets Rachel Weisz in Legacy.
Yeah, well, Julia Stiles becomes
the girl in in Jason Bourne, but I don't. The Jason Bourne, she becomes a bigger thing.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember if Ultimatum she becomes a bigger thing.
I forgot. I might be mixing 4 and 3 together in my brain. I don't really remember either of those movies.
They're both very forgettable in my brain.
Yeah, that's fine. The only thing I really remember...
Because it's a much older Matt Damon where they're just like, no action sequences for Matt Damon.
And that's because it was in the trailers where they do the Julia Stiles, like the Julia Stiles with the dyed darker hair, which is totally evocative of the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Jason Bourne.
Because that's what they've been trying to do with... Or I shouldn't say that, because, like I said, the first one is such a better movie than this.
That's what happens to Jason Bourne.
This is.
Tyler.
I'm gonna give it a 4 because Jason Bourne.
And that's a 4. That doesn't rhyme with anything.
I wasn't trying to rhyme. I'm just saying
because it's Jason Bourne.
He's a 4.
He's a 4.
He'd be a 5, but someone filmed him living out his life by shaking the camera violently.
Someone filmed Jason Bourne while being stuck in a dryer.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, or in a wash or spin cycle, go!
Nah.
The agitator's got me. I can't get free. But yeah, shaky camera definitely cost a robot punch.
Whoa.
But Jason Bourne is a 4.
All right. The next movie in the blockbuster summer of 2004, we get to disaster movies with The Day After Tomorrow, everybody.
Catastrophic weather events.
Yep, happen.
One of my mother-in-law's favorite genres of movies.
Jake Gyllenhaal's big bringer into the universe.
Big bring what?
It's the thing that made him a popular thing.
Oh!
Jakey Gyllenhaal. Then people were like, ooh, that's a Dario Darko kid. And then they got more
2004, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. You are probably correct.
But yeah, that I believe is streaming somewhere, Ken. Whereas Jason Bourne was streaming where, Ken?
Peacock. Jason Bourne was on all the 3 Bourne Identity, Bourne Supremacy, Bourne Ultimatum are all available for free with ads on Peacock. What is it, Day After Tomorrow?
Yeah. Yeah, because we should provide that information.
Prime?
It's on Amazon Prime.
It's apparently on Prime.
And I own the DVD. And it's not that cheap to buy on Amazon either.
It's apparently it's about a $4 rental on any of the other rental places where you may want to rent things.
But does anyone have anything else to add today? Because we got about a little bit more time. If not, we can just end it.
In 5 days, Jiminy Crickets. I think it's on the 25th. Biomutant comes out, which is a video game. I bring it up only because I've been kind of pumped about this game since it was first announced. And then it disappeared for a while, and I was like, oh, it's gone. It's not ever going to come out. And then all of a sudden, a handful of months ago, they started talking about it again. I was like, what? This game is still on? It's still coming out? So I just...
It looked interesting.
Yeah, it's this.
Is it single or multiplayer?
I think it's single player primarily. I don't know for sure. But it's this neat open world action RPG where you play as a little cat, squirrel, rabbit thing. You know the character customizer looks really cool. The weapons look really cool. The world looks really cool. This game is just kind of totally in my wheelhouse. This is totally a Kenn game, or at least it advertises like it's totally a Kenn game. Unfortunately I have like 6,000 games on my list right now.
What? You got a backlog? Get out there.
And I've kind of sworn off buying more games until I get through what I'm trying to get through, and then I inevitably buy more games because I talk to my niece and they tell me about games that they're really into, and then I have to go and buy those games too. And Hades.
It's a never-ending
Hades
cycle.
is the game.
Oh, don't get into Hades. That game sucks up hours of your time, but I hear it's great.
It was IGN's Game of the Year for 2020. I'm not a big roguelike guy. Generally speaking, I bounce off roguelikes. I've tried. Void Bastards is Kenn's roguelike. If there was a roguelike that Kenn was going to get into, it was Void Bastards.
Kenn will now refer to himself in the third person.
I played that game for a handful. For a few hours, and I was like, well, there's just something about roguelikes that my brain just won't grab a hold of.
My little piece of news is that there's going to be a new animated Superman show and Batman the Animated Series extended new cut with Bruce Timm coming back off to HBO Max.
Oh, cool.
Yep, he's coming back to make new episodes of Batman the Animated Series in a different version.
25 years later?
In a different style. It's a different...
It's a different style.
Yeah,
okay.
But it's still going to be like in somewhat
but
like the same universe.
But it's in the same world.
Yeah, it's something like the same universe.
All right.
So that'll be interesting. And the Superman show should be alright. It's an animated Superman show on HBO Max. It's a wrap for toilet brush.
Don't have much. Ken talked about some games. I don't have any games that I'm really holding out for. The only one that recently came out was the Mass Effect remaster bundle of all the games.
That's another thing that I should probably get and play through.
Sometime I'll get that, and there can be weird alien sex and story.
What's with you and the randomness of? Are you horny today, there, Tyler? Talking about sex, talking about movies.
Mass
what do you?
Is.
Talking about Matt David's packages.
No one plays the game because they're like, I want to just try hard. They play the game because they want to experience the story and have alien sex.
Is that on the box?
No, it should be their slogan.
Is that the on the back cover?
But I'm waiting. I learned that Bethesda's working on some Elder Scrolls stuff, and they're working on another game. It's a space game. I think it was called Satellite, but it was this 30-second teaser trailer, and that was it. It was just the sun rising from behind a planet somewhere. And it was that was it. That's all I got. I'm like, I hope there's more to this. I'm interested in a Bethesda, not Elder Scrolls-y game where it's more sci-fi-y and see where that goes. But there's not much else I'm holding out for.
Biomutant appears to be single player. There does not appear to be any...
I've lost a lot of interest
overt multiplayer stuff
in most of the single player things.
Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Not that. I said most.
That's why.
They're still around? I thought they died.
Well, THQ died, and then this company bought most of their IP and resurrected them as THQ Nordic.
Gotcha. Okay. Because they brought me such wonderful games called Red Faction. Except for Red Faction 2. We don't talk about that one.
But I'm in Red Faction 2.
It's
Were there less titties in that one?
It's the redheaded stepchild.
No robot sex in that one?
It's the redheaded stepchild of the series. It's a terrible game. It was, hey, we want to try to be like Halo, but not be Halo at the same time. And it was terrible.
All right, everybody. So now we can move into the It's That Time of Night segment. It's that time of night. It's that time of night. It's that time of night. It's that time of night.
It's that time of night to go to www.thepostermanpodcast.com. You can email us at thepostermanpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter at The Posterman Pod, Instagram, The Posterman Podcast, Facebook, The Posterman Podcast, Letterboxd, The Posterman Pod, and we are on YouTube as The Posterman.
It's that time of night. It's that time of night. It was that time of night. It was that time of night. See y'all next week with The Day After Tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow.
We will see them
tomorrow.
Welcome to the day after tomorrow.
Done with you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.